It's time for the weekly market update where we talk about everything real estate in Colorado Springs. We talk a little bit about what's happening with rates and what we expect going forward and any relevant news that might impact the market. So if you're reading an article about homes that are available in Colorado Springs right now, you'll see that the article probably says something like 2,000 homes are available. And I want to give you a little bit of, peel that curtain back and show you what's happening with that number. If I click on active listings, you can see right here, 2,127 active listings in the MLS. And if I narrow that down to El Paso County, we take it down to 1,525. Most people are looking in El Paso County. We're taking out Teller County, Douglas County, a couple other outlying areas. And then the other thing that really skews this number is if I am looking at all homes, that's including builders who haven't built homes yet. Maybe they put a plan in the MLS, they're going to build it, or it's under construction, but it won't hit the market for another 6 months to a year or longer. So I'll click on existing homes, and you can see that that takes us down to 1,063 homes. And if I narrow that down to just single family homes, which is what most people want, it takes us down to 810 homes. It's a far cry from 2,100. And if I narrow that down a little bit more to Colorado Springs, you can see we have 618 homes available, which is about what we had last week. We're not seeing a lot of inventory. We're not seeing a lot of homes sell. Some homes are sitting on the market, but the ones that are priced right are moving. And if you're thinking about selling, now's a really good time because there's just not much competition. Now, what are the big drivers for this market this week? I would say rates ticked up toward the end of last week. The Fed's just doing what they want to do to us, and we're subject to whatever, comes out of Jerome Powell's mouth. And that's just going to be the case going forward. They don't really care what happens to housing costs. They say they care about inflation and employment. And I don't know about you, but inflation seems a little bit high to me. But they're going to keep printing trillions of dollars until, they right whatever wrong has been created. If you're a buyer and you've been waiting to buy, nothing's going to change your mind right now. The prices haven't shot up. You're not missing out on great appreciation. Rates haven't dropped, so you're not missing out on any value there. But what we're seeing is prices ticking up a little bit for homes that are ready for market, homes that are in good shape and that have been presented well to the marketplace. Those homes are selling quickly, and some of them are selling for more money than asking price. I did see this article in our local paper, The Gazette, written by Rich Layden, and it said that Colorado Springs hit the top 20 cities. These are big cities in terms of economic performance, and they have a whole set of metrics that they use to measure that. When I see top 10 lists, top 20 lists, I usually think that those are put together by somebody who markets that list to cities who maybe use an economic development council to buy their way onto a list, or maybe influence their way up the list. That's not always the case. That's usually where my mind goes. So I looked into this a little bit. This is the Milken Institute. If you know anything about them, let me know. But it says they're a nonpartisan think tank out of California, but we're ranked as one of the top 20 performing cities. And, I'll put a link to the article. You can check it out yourself. Last year, we were number 37. And the year before that, I think we were number, 9. The only thing that changed between last year and this year that I know of is Colorado Springs has a lot more apartments, and we are now the permanent home of Space Command. So that's bringing a lot of jobs into the area and a lot of high-tech, high-paying jobs. That said, if you like those lists, you can check this one out. If you don't put much stock in them, that's okay. It's not going to move the market that much, but it's worth noting at least that we're on the radar for doing something good. Instead of, YouTube loves bad news. I love sharing bad news with you. I like to talk about everything happening in Colorado Springs. If you haven't checked out my channel, please check out some of my other videos. I talk about some of the good and some of the bad about our city. And I always want to paint a very accurate picture because a lot of people are moving here and looking for information. And I don't sugarcoat anything sometimes to my own detriment. But I appreciate you watching the video. Give it a thumbs up. It lets YouTube know to share it with other people just like you. And maybe consider subscribing if you like hearing about things happening in our city. So thanks so much. I appreciate it. I'll catch you in the next video. Bye.